Hey everyone, welcome back to another 31-minute podcast. Good morning, Jackson.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's just me and you today.
Just us.
I thought I'd do a quick, it's not really a podcast, it's like a bit of a quick catch up and share some thoughts. Jordan, I actually said to Jordan the other day, let's do one during the week. He said, no, let's just wait till Tuesday. So that's fine with him. We'll do a full one on Tuesday. I've been off for a month, maybe.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, I had to go get an operation, had to get my appendix out, and had to have some bowel removed. So, gee, what a sore process that was.
Yeah, it was weird seeing you like vulnerable almost. Like
Vulnerable?
Not vulnerable, but like you're just like, I don't know, it's just weird.
No good. Couldn't walk. So in bed for 2 weeks. Still can't train for another week, I think. Yeah.
End of the
about a
month,
week.
yeah.
End of the month. And hopefully get the all clear on 28th, I think it is, something like that. So we're here. I've made a lot of changes, and I talk about 12 months quite a bit, like over the next 12 months. But this month, I think the appendix out thing was like a good marker for me, because I thought about things way differently, and I reckon I was wrong. So obviously body is important to me. It's one of the things that I shoot for, and at the moment it's not, though. I've lost so much weight.
I think it's more of a mental thing for you. Like you think you've lost. Like,
Well, I have. I've lost more than 10 kilos.
yeah, you don't look like
terrible.
I expected worse. I thought it was going to be worse, but I think you look fine.
Terrible. Anyway, I'm off all testosterone, everything. I've been off for a couple of months now, and I will go back on over the next few weeks, but just, I don't know, maybe just a bit less. But I think I was wrong with diet. I really do. So this next 12 months for me is dialing it in hard. I'm going to really see what I can do. And this is part of the reason for the podcast. I'd love people, if they're listening to this, say, all right, yeah, what's possible for them, what's important to them, and what parts in their life can they fill in to make it the best year of their life ever. That's what I'm keen for. Yeah. What about you, Jason?
What's my next 12 months look
Are
like?
you keen?
Oh yeah, I'm keen.
Keen? All right.
Well,
let's
there's
see.
heaps.
I have to say, you're in a very good space at the moment.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm just like, I'd say it starts with C. You know that word? Not comfortable. It's
Content.
content. Yeah. It's just like
I know another C word. It's not very good.
I'm just like looking forward to like moving and this and that.
Yeah,
and
we move house in a couple of weeks.
yeah, 31 minutes and everything's just like I got no complaints really.
Yeah.
So it's like
31-minute platform launches on June 1. That's
Yeah.
almost done. It's actually done.
yeah.
Just going to make sure it's all perfect. Like, when I say perfect, workable.
Yeah,
Going
just
through. Steve's a bit of a perfectionist with all that stuff.
Yeah, he is. It's good though. I think you need someone like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. to happen.
I couldn't have done a lot of it without someone who's that way minded, because there's a lot of stuff I didn't even think of.
I think that's the same in real estate as well. Like
Yeah.
you are where you are because of Jamie as well. He's taken a lot of care of a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, business partnerships. We'll do a podcast on business partnerships one day.
Yeah, I
see
think
how
it's
it
good.
goes. Anyway, back to what was the thing we were talking about just before that? We were talking about the next 12 months, dialing it in.
Yeah.
Yes, I was wrong. Diet. So I grew up in a traditional sort of bodybuilding world when I was very young, and I used to be very big, and I was taught back then, eat all these meals, all these calories. And I reckon that's part of the reason my bowel and my appendix did what they did, because it was like blocked, and it was blocked with like a fatty sort of thing. But I don't reckon your body can process it well enough. So when you're eating, and you've probably been taught this from me, but I don't think it's correct. I think your body struggles eating 5, 6, 7, 8 meals a day non-stop, basically eating all day, shoving food in. And look, I'm not a pro bodybuilder or anything like that, and I can't comment what those guys do, and they're obviously experts at what they do. But when you're someone like myself or like you, and you're going after it's almost a bit unhealthy, because you've got so much stress on your body as you're eating. And then the types of food, chicken and rice, fish and rice, I don't think that's right either. All these carbohydrates getting pumped into your body, and I think your liver struggles, and I think all sorts of things happen. So I've changed it completely. So now I'm really going after gut health in this. I'm already doing this. I've been doing this for like the last couple of years, but now I'm even finding it, what can I do more with that? Because gut health, I think, is the number one health pursuit you should have. That's what I think. And I think without that, you might look good, you might operate reasonably well, but if your microbiome, and I don't know enough about it to actually sit here and preach about gut health. All I know so far is what I've been taught. And Mick the Podman has taught me a lot. And I've brought in a lot of things. I might even talk about that quickly, what I do. I've actually got a list of stuff that I just text. I'm making a PDF of my gut health commitment every day. And that's going to be a free download on the 31 Minutes site. So, but what I've learned is unless your gut health is great, your health won't be optimum, but it's almost like that's where all your body's communications, it's like a motherboard. That's where it happens in there. So if your microbiome's not right, if your gut lining's not right, if you're not eating the right amount of fat, if you're filling too much, if you've got too much food going on in there, your body is literally trying to process it all day, every day. Plus all of the things, the CO2 that it's creating, you've got to get that out of your body. I think I was just a bit bloated, and I might have looked all right sometimes, but I reckon I was a bit of a bloated mess, I think.
I think you used to be before you'd like started a bit like, do you mean recently or like?
Yeah, maybe like, well, I've been doing the gut health thing for a bit, but even when I was training at Coogee, I think I was a bit bloated, like, because I was just shoving so much food in, because that's the way I was taught.
That's why everyone's taught.
Yeah.
Like when I used to ask you, I was like, I want to get big. You're like, just eat until you can't. I'm like, I am. And you're like, nah, eat more.
Yeah, eat more. But I don't think it's right. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm really keen to see, and I just like using myself as an experiment. I'm not saying to people I not have the answer. I actually don't. But I've changed it so I don't eat before 12. I just eat 2 pods. Okay, so 2 pods in the morning when you wake up with butter, goat's milk, half a glass of goat's milk, and the powder. That's all I eat. And then to 12 o'clock, and then I eat a gut health driven meal at 12, decent size though. And we've done posts on it, but that's steak, Wagyu beef steak with all the fat on, sweet potato, beetroot, avocado, blueberries, cherry tomatoes. There's one more thing.
Sauerkraut.
No, that's in the next meal. There's one more thing.
I haven't seen your first
I can't think about right now. There is another thing. Actually, I think I've got it written down here. What's the last thing? Sorry, olives and goat's cheese. That's it. Olives and goat's cheese. So all of those things, amazing for your gut. So I have a decent sized meal with that. I'm just playing with the sizes at the moment because you have to eat a certain amount of calories to make sure your body maintains the functioning levels.
Yeah, I saw someone comment on that video we did, and they saw your meal and they went, 2,000 calories at 100 kilos, like as if you're going to be able to do that. And I was like, I think there's a bit more than 2,000 calories, those 2 meals in the pods.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you what I've learnt. So on top of that, to maybe answer some of those questions. So in the morning, you don't need your liver, and look, I'm not a medical person, so I'm only saying what I've heard and seen. But your liver has so much energy stored in it, glycogen, I think it is, stored in it, that you don't need to eat in the morning if you've eaten enough during the day. Your body stores all this energy in your liver and you use it. So you want to get that out. You want to use all that. You don't want to keep shoving it in. It's like standing at a petrol bowser and just keep putting petrol in your car, even though your tank's full. You don't need it. So I'm going to train fasted every morning, 2 pods. And the pods are not exactly food. The pods are more to feed your microbiome. So they're slightly different. And the reason that you have the fat on there, the butter, the grass-fed butter, everything's got to be grass-fed. All this other stuff's rubbish. Grass-fed butter is because you get energy from fat. I always thought you get energy from
Carbs.
Carbohydrates. and it's not the same. That part I can't answer exactly. We have to ask Mick. But you get actually, your body uses fat as energy. Interesting. Where we'd be eating cereals and toasts, and I don't eat any carbs now apart from sweet potato. Bit of beetroot, I think.
You're like, I'll have a bowl of Nutrigrain before I go train sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it's like quick carbs, you've been told.
Yeah, you've been told. But apparently your liver has so much stored energy, you don't need it. So this is what I'm experimenting with. And look, people, I might be wrong on this, but I'm trying it. Okay? But I don't think I'm wrong. I can feel it already. And then I'll have another glass of goat's milk with liver powder, not straight after the meal, just a bit after. So I only eat between 12 and 4 now. That's my eating window.
Is it similar to intermittent fasting?
Yeah, sort of.
In a way.
I was going to do 1 meal a day, and I did do 1 meal a day for a while, for a little bit over the last few weeks, but it's not enough for me. I just don't like it. Feels like I'm not always fasting.
Yeah.
So I have a second meal, which is bacon with all the fat on, but grass-fed bacon, 4 or 5 full eggs, no egg whites, sauerkraut, cherry tomatoes, avocado, goat's cheese. What else was there? There's something else in there. Maybe beetroot if I feel like it. Pretty much the same, but I don't have the steak. I have eggs instead with bacon. And then that's it for the day. But that's decent size as well. And then at night, I'll have 2 pods and a bone broth before I go to bed. And that's the whole thing. So I haven't started training yet, but I'm going to. But I have to say, I feel friggin' phenomenal. Feels so good. So all of these little things that we're doing, this is really, I'm eating now for gut health and I'm eating now for energy. I'm not eating for enjoyment. So I like it, don't get me wrong, but I'm not eating because I feel like a snack. Like I'll bypass the snacks.
What if you do get snackish?
Well,
is there something you can snack on?
I saw this thing on TikTok, which I did last night actually. I was still a little bit hungry last night and I went to bed and I had 3 dates with a bit of peanut butter in it and a walnut.
Like in a shake or like just...
No, just 3 dates. Like Yeah, you cut it in half, take the seed out, put a little bit of like a teaspoon of peanut butter and a walnut in there. I didn't want to go to bed really hungry. I felt a bit hungry, very satisfying. And I'm playing with it. I'm playing with it. I'm just seeing what that feels like, how that is. Because I can see gut health is the answer to everything to do with health. Everything. Your skin, your clarity of thinking, your energy levels, the serotonin levels, your moods, everything. So without that, that's why like drinking and things now, like I can see them, they're actually just poison. Because there's nothing in drinking that is helpful for your stomach. Nothing, not one thing. It's the opposite. It's a whole lot of, even with water, I try not to drink now when I'm eating or just after I've eaten. Sometimes I have a little bit if you get a bit whatever, but I try not to because it drowns your microbiome when you're eating. All of these little things, they might sound little things, but I'm deadly keen to see what the hell is possible health-wise. Yeah. And without that part of it, you can do all you want. You can whatever. You can go run as much as you want. You can do all this. But I have more energy now. I sleep way better now. My moods are way more, well, I had pretty consistent moods, but I actually feel real steady. And everything is humming like never before. And I'm 51 in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
51.
You're going to go on a big bender?
Yeah, I am actually. Going to go on a big gut health bender. I have extra beetroot that day.
Are you doing anything for your birthday or going to go somewhere with Tars?
I think Tara bought me a mongoose.
A mongoose? Oh, the bike.
Yeah, I think so.
You just want to
put it
on
the wall, the podcast wall. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it.
Yeah,
I was a very poor kid, Jackson, growing up. I didn't have many things. So it's like, now I'll get a mongoose.
Yeah, you get the bike you've always wanted.
So keen. I might do some bunny hops out the front.
You'll break your arm again like you did on Christmas.
Yeah, I remember that. We've got a skateboard and I was showing you how to do things. I fell off and broke my elbow.
Yeah, you were showing us how to slide.
Yeah, I was like, no, not like that.
Hill.
This way.
Yeah.
Anyway, I fell off. That was Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah, Christmas Day.
Yeah. Okay, let's finish this one quickly. But we're going to, well, when I say finish it, the other part is synchronicity. So over the next 12 months, I want to be in such alignment that synchronicity is my number one excitement point. And when you're in such alignment, so from the moment I get up every day, I feel fantastic. You know my mantra, I feel fantastic. I feel fantastic. Feel so good. I feel fantastic. When I say that all day now, a whole day. Sometimes I say I feel good and whatnot, but I feel fantastic. I just keep saying the thing. It's like all the time. It has this zone of energy which makes you feel fantastic, but it's also, you can feel like you're just walking a different beat. Instead of like, oh, that person did that and this happened and oh, I can't believe they ripped me off and all. I don't say any of that. Like I had a guy that I know do something recently that I was like shocked by, like really just did not do the best thing by me, but I don't care. Like I don't even think about it. And if it pops in my mind, I just go, I feel fantastic. That's his issue. That's his world. Don't worry about it. Boom, just keep going. Because as soon as you lock onto something like that, you change your whole frequency point. And I am going to chase frequency harder than I've ever chased it. And I don't mean that you actually got to do that in a relaxed way. You don't go chase it. But I just say it because my whole mindset is around how good can life get? How good can I feel? And then all of the other stuff around, when you're in complete alignment, you match up with everything. So why would you not put yourself in complete alignment? Does that mean you stay there, Jackson? No. It doesn't mean you stay there because things hurt sometimes. Things don't always go the way you want them to. But what I've realized is if you say, I want to, I don't know, what's something?
I want to go to France.
Yeah, you want to go to France. Something like that.
Yeah.
But if you want something, right? Yeah, France, whatever. It doesn't matter when it comes. But what happens is you can either have a really cool journey to France, you're going to go there. You can either have a really cool journey there or a really anxiety-filled, bumpy, difficult, like all over the place, terrible trip. You might go, like you'll match that. So now I think everything is guaranteed provided that you do the right thing to get there. When I say the right thing, it's like you live in the space that feels good. You take inspired action. Inspired action is very different than determined action. You can wake up every day and go, oh, got to go to work again. Yeah, all right, let's just get it today over with. That's not very good. Or you can wake up and go, I feel fantastic. And you could go to bed, not eating a big meal last night, woke up today, feel bloody incredible. And then you're like, have a couple of pods, and then you're into the day and completely excited about what's going to come today. Even if you have things that you don't excite you that much, you got to create a feel around it that's like, wonder what opportunity is going to come from that. That's why when things don't work out right now, I'm like, maybe I need to head in a different direction. Because all that we are given is impulses, Jack. Sometimes we say, oh, I want this money to make me happy, or I want this thing to make... No, it's the impulse to get you there. So if you want to go to France, you did a job for somebody else yesterday, which you don't do jobs for other people. No. A mate of mine rang and said, hey, can you do this job?
Yeah.
You could have grumbled your way there, or you could have seen it as an opportunity. You don't know who you're going to meet that day. And when things come to you, you've got to realize when things come to you, if you're in a high vibration state, the thing that's coming to you is the next impulse or the next thing to take you in another direction. The universe is always trying to direct you, always. But it's only directing you in exact reflection of the feelings that you're feeling. So if you're feeling great, excellent. And something comes in your way and you're like, oh, could be anything. Could be someone cutting you off in traffic. I know I talk about that a lot, but it's
that's a big one for me now.
Example.
Now that I have to drive the speed limit everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally like, I used to be so angry all the time on the road driving and I'd like rush places, but now I just literally put my speedo thing on that just keeps on the same speed limit. And I just listen to Joe Rogan and I feel fine. Like I used to like lose it. Like,
that's exactly right. It's like there was all these garbage trucks on the way here today.
I saw.
Yeah, all of them. And like they were like halfway across the road. You couldn't really get around. I could have been like, oh, come on. I was like, isn't that interesting? They're up early doing their job. And then I was thinking, you need to take the rubbish because there's all the rubbish bins on the side of the roads. Like they need to take the rubbish. Really important job because if we didn't take the rubbish, they'd be piled up everywhere. There'd be diseases, there'd be all sorts of things. So I'm like, isn't that cool that guy's out early, even though he's blocking the road? I'll just go around him when I can. No issue.
Yeah.
But that truck might have stopped you for 30 seconds. But that 30 seconds might have helped you miss something that was going to happen down here 15 minutes away. You don't know. That's what I'm saying. When you hand it over to the universe and go, I'm going to end up where I need to end up, for sure, or better, my job is to feel the impulses of the fantastic stuff that's coming. That's my job. That's all my job. And I can see that clearly now. You've got to understand, I've been studying Esther Hicks for a long time, and other people as well. But it's like, and applying it to myself. I don't have all the answers. I heard this along the way, and now I'm just applying. And I found that's why gut health is so important, because I'm like, do you think I like goat's milk? Not at all. It's disgusting. But the microbiome, or the bacteria in that unpasteurized goat's milk, you can't get anywhere else. Not that I know of, not that I've been told about. And then liver, all these things. But if my body's working at 150%, like 150%, I could be like retiring soon, Jackson.
Yeah.
Like if I was like, I'm getting retirement age, I'm just going to make sure I've got enough money to retire and sit around and read the paper.
10 years.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But I could go for 30 years. Who knows? I'm actually feel like I've hit this zone in life where I'm in the perfect spot. That's where I feel. I feel like I've hit this zone where I'm like got enough experience to really judge things a bit better. I'm so keen to see what the next 10 years brings. This next 12 months, this is what it's about. Like this next 12 months, I'm going to dial it in so hard. Like I'm going to say no to so much stuff that doesn't fit into my life. And I'm going to say yes to stuff that's going to make it go to a whole new place. Because when people talk about the next level, you don't go to a next level, you go to a next frequency level. Then that's going to bring other things into your life. That's how this thing works. I can see it plain as day now. So it starts on the inside and goes to the outside. So you have to let go of trying to work this thing out, because the universe is way smarter than you. Way smarter. It's got you covered. It's looking at the whole board game and going, okay, Matt needs to get from here to here. How do I get him there in the least possible way? And you know how you match with the least, when I say least possible way, the least difficult possible way, or the least, like the path of least resistance, as Esther Hicks says. But if you want to find that way, you have to feel good, like real good, so good. So that means, am I the fittest I can physically be? Am I putting things into my body that's going to enhance it, not stop it? That's why things like junk food, I can't even believe people eat drive-through Kentucky. I can't believe it. It's so bad. So bad. Like even more now than ever before. I look at food and I'm like, whoa, like that's like full of rubbish.
Tastes really good though. Like
tastes good. Yeah.
Like the other night I went and got it, but I ate clean the whole week, and I was just like driving home and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get some KFC.
See, that's where I'm at though, Jack. Yeah, you do whatever you want to do. Absolutely, do whatever you want to do, and you go on your own journey. Everyone needs to. But I look at it now and I go, I will never put that stuff in my body now. Never. Not one thing. I want stuff that's going to enhance the bacteria performance in my gut. That's what I want. In all way. I actually ate a cookie yesterday.
Like a protein one?
Never again. Never again.
Yeah.
I just felt the urge, and I did. I ate a cookie and I was like, no way, never again. Doesn't fit into my performance schedule now. So like by the time I'm 52, which is 12 months time, 52, I wonder how good we can get, Jack. Like I wonder what level we can take this thing to. Imagine waking up every day feeling so energized and bursting out of your body that things just keep getting better and better and better and better. How good would that be?
Be great.
I reckon that's possible.
Yeah.
I do. I really think it's possible. And half the stuff in the world you don't even pay attention to anymore, because you're so focused on what can I do to get that little bit better. So what's possible over the next 12 months, Jack?
A lot, it sounds like.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. We just wrote the frequency book, so that's released now. That goes on the site, 31 Minutes platform. Happens pretty soon. There's so much good stuff going on. So my thing for this podcast is, how committed are you over the next 12 months to see what is actually doable and possible for you? I think it starts from the inside out, your gut health. I'm going to share as much as I can over this, and then every day is an opportunity for better. Every day. Even if things don't work out well, I think you've got to say, well, I attracted it, and that could be just the thing that's going to take me to the next stage in life. Even if it's something you're struggling with a little bit, that could be just the thing you need to bump you into the next direction. Because without all of the stuff that's happened to me in life, Jack, and there's been a lot of stuff that's happened, I've had a lot of difficult things over time. Without all of that stuff, I wouldn't be right here, right now. And I reckon I'm in the perfect spot to achieve something pretty phenomenal. So let's see what the next 12 months brings.